it reminds me of, well, it reminds me of Ayahuasca, and such a spiritual movie. It's something else. Oof. They're about to do it.
Just arrived at our school.
A sticky summer's day in Shepherdstown, and he go in a thermal as a circle around like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes, and her arms unfold, and she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah.
Alright, we are ready to go.
She jumped up high and she fell to the ground and skinned her little knee and made a horrible sound. She got right up and she tried it again, and smiling all the way with her unstoppable grin. Take time, do what you're gonna do, and just smile, you're gonna see through. Your wings are gonna sprout and lift you off the ground. No, no, take time, do what you're gonna do, just smile, you're gonna...
Just made some paleo pancakes, and I'm watching a little bit of Avatar while I eat the pancakes. Oh, I love pancakes.
See it through, your wings are gonna sprout and you will learn to fly.
These paleo pancakes are delicious. Made with psyllium husk, black bean powder, banana, egg, almond flour, sesame powder, with some raw honey on top. So good, so good. You know, I really like Avatar. I watched it twice at the movie theaters. It's a stunning movie, really stunning movie. I finished my pancakes. I had too many pancakes. They were so good, but I had way too many pancakes. Back to work.
Hello, Shang Shang. Hello, my girl. Hey, Dede. Hey, my boy.
I was supposed to get to work, but I'm still watching. I haven't seen this movie for a long time. And it's so good. It's so beautiful and so meaningful. Okay, so I watched most of Avatar. I did get up and do some stuff in between, but it's so good to watch again. It reminds me really of some of my ayahuasca experiences. Have you seen that section of Avatar, that piece of Avatar that they didn't put into the movie? There's an animation online of this ayahuasca-esque scene that they kind of pre-animated, pre-visualized, but they didn't put into the movie. Have you seen that?
Sometimes the Na'vi themselves die in these vision places. The venom takes you to the edge of death, and the psychoactive alkaloid in the worm, we have no idea what that will even do in an Avatar frame.
Well, that scene shows that ayahuasca was most likely something that was considered when they put the script together in this movie. And it doesn't have to be ayahuasca. Yeah, I've had psychedelic experiences which have made me feel how connected things can be, how connected this earth is, and how there's a level of connection that is beyond what we can see. The first thing that I'd like to say is I don't promote using psychedelic drugs or anything like that. But what I do promote and what I do support is what organizations like MAPS, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, are doing, trying to get psychedelics into treatment protocol for depression, for a number of other, for post-traumatic stress disorder and other ailments. And I think when used clinically and safely, or when used in an environment where they are safe and legal, psychedelics can be powerful tools to bring about a spiritual, and spiritual is a loaded word, but bring about an understanding of the depths of the psyche, the depths of consciousness, and an unseen connection that's going on everywhere. And that's what I'm getting to. In Avatar, they speak about Ayahuasca, this connection that the whole planet has. And I've had experiences, I've had psychedelic experiences that I was fortunate enough to have in my youth. And those experiences let me feel that connection. I used to be very atheist, a proud, adamant, militant atheist. And I still think that in general, atheists are more critically minded, and people that I tend to agree with more often and have a better discussion with, we need to be critical. This is important. Now I'm much more agnostic after having had these crazy experiences which show me that there's a lot more going on than we understand. Got to look at the lens, look at the lens. There's a lot more going on than we understand. Because I thought I had it figured out. I was very, very arrogant. And I tend to prefer listening to arguments from flatland materialists like Dawkins, because Dawkins speaks a lot of sense. He's rational, he's logical, and critical thought is what we need. And even he is curious about psychedelics, about mescaline. He's curious about what happened with Aldous Huxley, with the work of Aldous Huxley, Doors of Perception. So I would like to see Richard Dawkins taking mescaline. That would be great. And I think the psychedelic experience can show and can give a lot. And it's a very complicated experience. It has many levels of experience. There's a psychological element. There's a hyper-associative element where meaning is made freely, and that could lead to madness and to all kinds of myth being created, which becomes very real. And there's a level that's beyond all that, I believe. And one thing that I've felt is that there's an intrinsic connection in nature and in everywhere, everything there is. I sound like a quack, I sound like a new age madman, but you know what? You have to experience this Ayahuasca, our version of it, and I don't even know what it is. I have no idea what this experience is, but I know there's something going on that we can't explain with science yet. There's something that physics and the best scientific explanation of the world at large cannot explain, which can be experienced. There's a chasm between what one can experience and what one can measure, and both of these things need to be recognized. And I wish that the psychedelic state and psychedelic exploration would come into the limelight more. Now, this is a very controversial subject. I wish that consciousness exploration through psychedelics was something that we had the right to do. And it is something that we have the right to do in certain parts of the world where the use of ayahuasca or peyote cacti is allowed, but even then it's under religious circumstances. But I think that we can still have a similar kind of experience through other practices, through mindfulness, through yoga, through holotropic breath work, through the Wim Hof method. And you know, I've explored some of these methods, but only the tip of the iceberg, and I've gotten nowhere close to what I've experienced with the psychedelic state. But that's not to say that you can't get there through dedication. And one thing I've taken away from it is that I need to be present in this reality and be responsible and be present and be the best version of myself that I can be here now. And mindfulness is the real takeaway, and just being present mindedness, being present, that's the biggest lesson. Being critical, being grateful, being humble, being loving, and I fail at all these things every day. But for me, that's been the biggest lesson of all of these experiences. But yeah, Ayahuasca, we need to take care of our Ayahuasca. We need to have respect and love for our planet, for our connection to each other as the human race, regardless of freaking race. We are a human race. And being segregated as a foreigner here in Taiwan, I'm hyper aware of what it means to be different. And we're not different, we're all the same. I wish people could see past my nose, my Adoa Waiguaran shell. We're all just people, and more than people, we're all part of Earth. And I wish we can add practices into our daily lives where we're not only more critically minded, but also more mindful and more in the moment and more aware of our connection to each other and to the planet at large. So I think Avatar is a pretty good movie.
Do just smile, you're gonna see